In today's video, I'm going to tell you what happiness is, and I'm going to give you a very practical suggestion that you can do to bring more happiness into your life. This is Joydeism. Hi, I'm Rabbi Hillel Brody of Yes Connections, and this is Joydeism, where I show you how to find the joy in your Judaism. Please make sure you subscribe so that you never miss an episode. I'll be dropping a video at least every Monday, and I'm really looking forward for us experiencing joy in Judaism together. Now, something that's really important. This video is meant for everyone, no matter what your background. I don't care what your level of observance is, where you grew up, how you grew up. Hit me up in the comments, ask a question. I intend to respond to every single comment. I want this to be a conversation, something that we do together. I would love to hear from you, and I will respond. Happiness. Everybody wants it, but it can be somewhat hard to come by. The problem is, what is happiness? How do we define that? If I don't know what I'm looking for, how am I supposed to find it? Well, the Vilna Gaon explains that simcha, which is one of the Hebrew words for happiness or joy, is defined as appreciating and actually celebrating something that you have. So he describes it as mostly really an external action, almost like dancing and celebrating something that we have, but it's not only celebrating something that we have outside. It's also something that spreads to the inside, and he says that it's that moment when we feel the enjoyment, the pleasure of the things that we have. So with that definition, happiness is very clear. And in fact, we all have a lot to be happy about. If you think about the air that we breathe, and the lungs that we have to take that air into our body, and the blood that we have to bring the oxygen to all the parts of our body. And by the way, that takes a heart that pumps the blood through all the parts of the body, and so on and so forth. Every breath that we take is something which we tend to take for granted, but is really something which we can appreciate. But it's not only that. It's the things that we have, and so many things that we have. It's the relationships that we have that we don't always stop to think about. If happiness is appreciating the things that we have, then the way to happiness is to develop that appreciation. The Talmud tells us that Mishenichnas Adar, when the month of Adar, the Hebrew month, the Jewish month of Adar, which we just started this past Friday and Shabbos, when that month comes in, Marbin B'Simcha, we are meant to increase our happiness or increase our joy. Yes, and in fact, it's brought as a law in the code of Jewish law. In the month of Adar, we are meant to increase our happiness, our joy. Well, how do you do that? You know, I really want my videos to be practical. This isn't about the theory or the philosophy. My goal is to give you practical suggestions, and I want to give you a practical suggestion. You want to know how to be happy? Practice gratitude. Practice appreciating the things that you already have. I don't know that there's only one way to do that, but one way that has worked for me, and in fact, at one point in my life when I was having a rough time, I started a gratitude journal. Every day I committed to write down 3 things that I was grateful for. 3 things that I could recognize the good that I had in those things. Now in the beginning it was really easy, right? My wife, my parents, my children. I counted each one of my children separately so that, because I was trying to do 3 every day. As time went on, it wasn't always such great things. It was the fact that when I put my head on the pillow, I had an easy time falling asleep. It was the fact that I have opposable thumbs. Actually, those are a pretty big deal. It was little things, it was big things. Not every day was the same, but every day I committed myself to finding 3 things that I could be grateful for and that I was grateful for. And what's amazing is that over, 30 days or so, I think I did it for longer than that, my attitude changed. It was truly a life-changing exercise. I am a happier person today because I have practiced seeing the things that there are to appreciate in my life. There's still challenges. There's still hard times. There's still painful times. There's still sad times. But I have access to a happiness as well. And that happiness comes from appreciating the things that I have. My family and I practice being grateful for the things that we have. And that is the tool which I'm giving you today. If you want to be happier, practice gratitude. It's very, very simple. I'm just getting this channel started, so please make sure to subscribe. And with that, I wish you a very happy month of Adar. This is Joydeism.